Hello, Betty.
How is she, Doctor?
Afraid about the same.
If there's anything I can do to help, I'll be off duty soon.
I don't think there's anything any of us can do now. But it's nice of you to offer.
Not really.
Well, then why did you offer?
Call it the Florence Nightingale instinct.
Oh, I don't buy that. Why?
Well, I was the one who told Rodney that Allison was here. I didn't mean to. I sort of stumbled into it as usual. I thought that he knew. And once he did know, there was nothing I could do to help.
I'm afraid there's nothing any of us can do now for either of them.
You know, the look on his face when he realized what had happened to Allison, he sort of went inside himself, deep down inside himself. I never thought that he was capable of that kind of feeling. He's grown, and I'm still the same selfish little girl in pigtails who threw tantrums when she thought she'd been shortchanged on a piece of candy or a toy.
Hey, don't shortchange yourself. You walked into this. You didn't plan it.
I know. Well, if you need someone, please call me, Doctor.
Okay.
Oh, this monster. Where do you want me to put it?
Did I order that?
I hope to tell you you did. That new assistant of yours has been on the phone every 5 minutes about this thing. Now, where should I put it, Doc?
Over there, please.
Okay. Excuse me.
Do something.
With just my dignity.
You'll find some in the top drawer, left-hand side.
Did you order that, too?
I saw the requisition papers on your desk.
Thank you. Oh, well.
Oh, no fair peeking, Doc.
Did you do all this?
I'll let you know after I've done it.
I was all set to come in here and apologize for making you wait around all day.
I've just been trying to get things organized. These are the latest medical journals that I picked up in the hospital library, and these relate to hematological research in one way or another, and those there on the couch, I haven't gotten to them yet.
Well, all this and a new coffee pot?
You're out of luck. Bad coffee maker.
Hope that about does it for the day.
Yeah, I think so, huh?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night, Pete.
Good night.
I tell you, between you and Pete, I think I could go on my vacation, never even missed around here.
Looks to me like you could use one. If you're game, I'll make you a cup of coffee.
No. I think I'll get enough of that tonight.
Are you on duty?
Well, unofficially. Allison McKenzie.
What can you do?
Nothing. I can just sit around and watch and wait and pray a little bit. You know, 8 years of medical training and learn what to do in case of emergencies, and now all I can do is pray a little bit.
They say the doctors don't let their cases get...
Yeah, well, Allison's a kind of a special case. She and her mother have been friends of mine since I first came to Peyton Place.
Must be rough on her parents.
And on others. I was thinking of Rodney Harrington. He and Allison were quite close, you know. And I guess he's feeling as frustrating as I am.
Why don't you stretch out for a while? I'll wake you.
No. Hey, you've had a pretty full day yourself. Why don't you go home and get some rest, huh?
First rule of a research project, never argue with your assistant. Down.
Well, I could just kind of lay down here and rest my eyes for a minute. Stella? You know, I'm a very lucky guy. How many other doctors have a demon assistant and trained biochemists? All in the same package.
Real gem.
Underneath that iron smoke screen lies a...
3-alarm fire.
Come in. I'm kind of busy right now, Norman.
I had something important to tell you. I just had a heart-to-heart talk with one person in town who, more than anyone else...
Keep it down to 1,000 words, will you, Norman?
The suspense is killing you, huh?
You've already used up half your time.
Okay. I just had a summit meeting with Dad, and I told him I was worried. And my dad says, son, don't worry about a thing. Someday the plantation's gonna be all yours. And then I told him that Kim Schuster made a statement to the DA that she saw Rodney fighting with Chernick. And my daddy says, don't ever forget your Harrington, boy. No matter what people throw at you. And then I looked at him and I said, well, Dad, I'm kind of worried. What are we gonna do? And he looked me straight in the eye and he says, son, I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm leaving town. So he just left. Something about getting Rodney out on bail.
He didn't say where he was going.
No. Okay, I really didn't tell him that. I wanted to, but it just didn't come out.
Now, look. At least you got them off your chest and I get lost so I can get this finished, huh?
I'll probably be grabbed by the DA tomorrow and ask a lot of questions, huh?
Probably.
He's gonna ask me about 1 million questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to do is tell him the truth, right?
That's right. You hung up on something, Norman?
Yeah. I think you're smart. But I'm gonna do everything to avoid telling Fowler the truth.
I thought you understood what I told you and Rita.
Oh, I understand it, but I don't buy it. Listen, I don't want to get Rod convicted just because you think honesty's the ticket. Rita didn't mean to, but she made it worse for Rod, so I'm not going to make the same mistake.
Are you serious? You really think you can get away with lying to Fowler?
I didn't say I'd lie to him. I just avoid telling him the truth.
Have a seat. Go on, have a seat. Now, I'm District Attorney Fowler, and I'm going to ask you the kind of questions I'm sure he'll ask you. And then we'll see how you do, okay?
Okay with me.
Describe your relationship with Rita Jacks.
What do you mean?
You've had a relationship with Rita Jacks.
Yeah.
Describe it.
She's my girl.
Steady girl?
Yeah.
Well, what did you know about Rita Jacks before you started going with her?
I didn't know much. She's a nice girl. I know she doesn't come from the ideal home. But a lot of people rise up.
Stick to facts.
I'm trying to tell you.
Well, what was Rita Jacks' relationship with Joe Chernick?
How do I know?
Well, what do you guess it was?
I guess it was terrible. Chernick was a stupid bum who was always trying to drag everybody down the mud with him.
I asked you about Rita. How did she feel about him?
Next question.
You afraid to answer, Norman?
Go ahead.
Was Rita in love with him?
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Then why did she go with him? To improve her social status? Why did you go complaining to your brother that Joe Chernick had tried to take your girl away?
I didn't go crying to my brother about Chernick. I wasn't afraid of him.
Weren't you afraid of him even after he beat you up? Now, answer me, Norman. Avoid the truth. Anything but answer my question.
I don't have to answer that.
You're going to have to answer Fowler. Now, what was Chernick bothering Rita about?
He wasn't bothering her.
Why was he bothering you? Tormenting you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, in Rodney's statement to the police, he said, quote, I had to stop Chernick from tormenting my brother, unquote.
You're lying. He never said that.
He swore it as the truth and signed it.
Shut up.
What was Chernick tormenting you about, Norman?
Shut up, I said. I said, shut up!
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
You're not the first guy that had to come in here after Harrington got through with him.
He's not through with me, not by a long shot. I'm not through with him.
You don't seem to have accurately judged the seriousness of the spot you're in.
In my judgment, I've already got a lawyer whom I can rely on.
Just give me his name and address.
Look, that notions promoter is the last one to see Allison. I have to talk to him, Frank. Can't you understand that?